Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the last session, we have covered up to the do while loop, right? In the last session, we have covered up to Java while loop and the do while loop. So up to this, anyone have any doubts or any problem to understand? And have you practiced all that code? Hello?
Okay,
Ha-
sir.
Have you
Yes,
practiced, everyone practiced have you practiced the previous session code that we have learned?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So any doubt up to this?
No, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
do you?
yeah, do while in the do while loop you have any have doubt?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, speak little louder because I am not able to hear you properly.
sir, in do while loop.
In the do while loop, tell me what is the problem?
Yes,
Is here in that code
sir.
particular?
The that
Sorry,
example,
your voice is
sir,
breaking.
example.
Yeah.
Sir,
Where?
example.
Okay, that example. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you are not able to understand that example. Okay, let me explain. What is the
Yes,
do while loop? Do while loop is the basically you are telling to do first. You are telling to do first, do this when or while that condition. Like we have take that variable, integer variable I, and with the we have assigned a value is 0. Okay, we have assigned the value of I is 0. Then we are saying that in the do system.out.println I, we are saying in us we are telling to do that print the value of I. So what is the value of I? What is the value of I?
0.
0. It will print
0.
then 0. After printing that value of I, it is showing that that there is another condition that we have assigned, that is I plus plus, that is a increment operator. We have learned previous session. In the previous session we have learned that increment operator, decrement operator, and others operators also. Look, this is in a block. This is the block of do, from that curly braces up to that curly brace, starting curly braces and the end of curly brace. That is the block. Within that block it is saying that system.out.println the value of I. After printing the value of I, it is saying that I plus plus to increment the value of I with plus 1. What is the what it means that I plus plus? I plus plus means that I plus 1. After printing the value of I, we are saying to do that increment the value of I equals to plus 1. Now what is the value of I became?
1.
1. When it becomes the value of
One.
I is 1, after that it is coming to the while part. In the while part we have given a condition, and what is the condition? That we are checking that I is less than 5. That means we are checking after printing the value of I, we are incrementing the value of I equals to plus 1. Now the value of I is became 1. In the while, after incrementing that value of I, we are entering in the while, we are checking the condition. In the condition, we are entering in the condition part. And what is the condition? The condition is the value of I is less than 5? It is telling us to check it. That is the value of I is less than 5. So what is the value of I? Value of I is I plus 1 means 0 plus 1 means 1. Yes, obviously the value of I is less than 5. Again it will go to the
Yes,
do. It will print the, after checking that while loop, that condition, it will again go to the do part. It will again print the value of I. After printing that value of I, it will again come to that increment operator. Again, it will now, then in the previous that we have assigned the value of I was 0. After printing the value of I, we are incrementing the value of I plus 1. So what is the value of I now became? Tell me what is the value of I now?
2.
How? After printing the 0,
The value is 1.
yeah, that
Okay.
value is 1. Look, try to understand that concept, how it is working. Okay, try to focus it. Look, again I am telling, the value of I is 0. Okay, we have assigned the value of I is 0. So we are saying do system dot out dot println I, that we are saying I का value print करो, please print the value of I. So it will print 0. After printing the value of I equals to 0, it is saying increase the value of I by 1. It is telling please increase the value of I by 1. So what is the value after that value was 0? So when it is saying that please increase the value of I, so when we are increasing the value of I equals to plus 1, now the value of I is became 1. After increasing, first of all, he is saying that please print the value of I. Okay, we have print, that is the value of I is 0 that I have assigned in the previous line. In the first line we have assigned. After printing the value of I, we are saying please increment the value of I plus 1. Okay, let's increment the value of I equals to plus 1. After increment the value of I plus 1, then it is saying please check the condition. Is the value of I is less than 5? Is the value of I is less than 5? If the value of I is less than 5, then please again go to the do part. Again go to the do part and print the value of I. And that time it will print the value of I, it is became 1, because we have incremented the value of I. That value was previously 0. Now we are we have increased the value of I plus 1. Now the value of I is became 1. After when the value of I is became 1, we are checking the condition that value of I is less than 5. Yes, value of I is less than 5. So again it is saying if the value of I is less than 5, again go to the do. Go to the do. In the do part, what it is saying? Print the value of I. So again, after printing the 0, it will now the new value became, the value of I is became 1. So it will print 1. Okay. After printing that I, the value of I is became 1. Again, it is saying that please increase the value of I by plus 1. Okay. Let's increase the value of I. Now it's became 1 plus 1. It became 2.
Equal to
After increasing the value of I, up now the value of I is became 2. So when it became true 2, the value of I is 2. Now it's come to the while part, because it have to check the condition that is the value of I is less than 5. Again it's became true. Okay, let's again then do what to do. To do is the system dot out dot println I. So it is saying please print the value of I. Okay, in this that time it will print what is the value of I is became. What is the value of I is became now? What is the new value of I?
I
Yes,
2.
2. It will print
2.
2. It will print 2. After printing the value of I, it will again saying please increase the value of I, which is 2. Please increase the value of I, which is 2 by 1. Okay, now what is the value of I? It's became 2
3.
plus 1, which is 3. Again, it will come to that while part. Again, it will check the condition. Is the value of I is less than 5? Yes, the value of I is
True.
again true. It will again print, it will print. If the while part is getting true, then it will print the value. Up to when that after the bike continuously it was increasing by 1, it will when it will become the value of I is 5, after became it is 5. Now if what when it, the value of I will be become 5, then it will check the condition, is the 5 is less than 5? No, because
False.
5 and 5 both are the same, both are the equal, not less than, not greater than.
Yes.
So now in that time it is saying no, it's not true. 5 and 5 is equal. 5 is not less than 5. So that all the loop is become false. So it will not go again, it will not go to the do part. It will stop that execution. Okay. Understood or I need to say again? Don't hesitate. If you are on, if you are
Hello, sir.
asking,
Yes, sir.
yes, yes, yes. Tell me.
Sir,
Yes, yes,
I
tell me.
practice. Can I show?
Yes, yes, obviously.
Oh,
Let
sir,
me,
can I share screen?
okay, let me stop my, let me stop sharing.
Okay,
You
okay,
can share. Okay. Okay. Now
okay.
you can share.
Sir, is it visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. See, it's taking some time.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Take your time.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, yeah, it is excellent.
Hello.
Excellent programming. Excellent programming. Very good. Very good.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Try to practice. Okay, everyone try to practice. Try to give your logic. Try to play with the code. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir,
Yes, yes.
can
Tell
I
me.
stop share?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Stop your
thank you.
sharing. Let me share my screen. Okay, can.
So also I have practiced for Java while loop.
Okay, okay. Very good. Very good. Practice it. Otherwise, you will not able to get that things properly. Okay. Try to practice. Everyone try to practice. Otherwise, you will not get it. Okay, okay, thank you. So you can
Okay, sir.
stop share your screen. Let me share my screen.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes,
Hello,
yes, yes. Tell
sir.
me.
I'm Rajesh. I have
Yeah,
two
Rajan. Yeah,
questions.
Rajan. Tell me.
Sir, as you have explained in do while loop, that
Yeah,
means if the condition is true or false,
your voice is not. You are not audible properly. Your voice is breaking.
after.
Rajan's, your voice is breaking. You are not
Sir,
able
actually,
to.
I am saying,
Okay, yeah. You can write it in the chat. So
sir,
okay, you can write it in the chat. You because just because your voice is breaking and you are not properly audible, so you can write it in the chat. So so I can see that what you want to say.
hello,
Yeah, hello.
hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Am I audible? Hello,
Yes, yes, you are audible
sir.
now.
I'm telling that as you have explained in do while loop,
Yes.
that means whether the condition is true or false, the execution process will be executed one time.
No, if the
The codes
condition
will be
is
executed one time.
no, if the condition it's became true, the condition have to be true, then it will execute. If the condition is false, then it will not execute. It will execute up to that condition is true. When like I have explained in that program that the value of I till the value of I is became 5 and it is checking the condition that value of I is less than 5. Is that condition true? No, it is not true because 5 is not less than 5. 5 is equals to 5. Both the value is became same. So the condition is became false. That what the condition we have give there. That the value of I have to be the print the value of I up to the value of I is became less than 5. When the value of I is became
Sir,
equal
can
of
you please
5.
share your
Okay, let me share my screen. Look, what I have explained, what I have explained is that condition that you are giving that condition in that while part, that condition have to be true. If the condition is became false, then it will stop execution. It will not execute. It will not go to
sir?
the
I
do
am
part
telling
again.
that
Yes, tell me.
okay, but it will be executed for the first time, na sir?
Yeah, it will execute.
If the condition,
It will execute. First, it
yeah,
will
that only I'm
execute.
asking.
Yeah. If suppose if I
Yeah,
assign the value of I is equals to 0, okay, then first we are saying what? That system dot out dot println I, the value of I. It will print the value of I is 5. Again, after printing the value of I is 5, when it is saying that increase the value of I, which is 5, please increase it by 1. When we are increasing it, when it will increase the value of I plus 1, that means the 5 plus 1 it became 6. Again it will, when it is checking the condition that value of I is 6 is less than 5. No, it is not less than 5 because it's greater than 5, it's bigger than 5. That time it will not execute. It will stop execution, stop that execution. It will
exactly,
not go to that. Okay.
exactly,
Okay. And whoever is asking,
exactly,
whoever,
sir. But I just want to know that.
okay, tell me.
I just want to know that. I need to say that, sir. Where is this do while loop is applicable? Because if the condition is wrong, it will execute the program for the first time. Where this program or this syntax is applicable, sir?
It's called exit control loop. That's why it's awk on one time.
This kind of loop in the kind of programming that as per your need you have to use it, and when you want to use it this is your matter, that where you want to use that do while loop, where you want to use that while loop, where you want to use that for loop. As per your requirement you need to use that. Okay, okay, just a minute. uh, let me I'm just coming in 5 minutes. Okay, okay. Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
when you want to use the do while loop, when you want to use that while loop, when you want to use that for loop, that is your matter. As per your requirement, you have to decide that which kind of loop you want to use. Okay. So whoever have the problem that in the do while loop, is that clear? You have get it? Have you get the thing? Do you understood? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
No.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Look, if you have any problem, please ask me, please tell me, then I will try to explain again. Okay, you
Okay,
get it now?
sir.
You get it now? Okay, then move forward. So for loop, Java for loop. What is the for loop? Java for loop has four part. That is the initialization, condition, increment, decrement, and the statement. Initialization, it is the initial condition which is executed once when the loop starts. Here we can initialize the variable, or we can use that already initialized variable. It is an optional condition. Okay. And then the condition. What is the condition? First of all, we will see the example. Let us do some theory. Condition, it is second condition which is executed each time for test the condition of the loop, like that I is less than 5. What it is? It is a condition. It is a condition. So the second part of while loop is the condition. Then the increment and the decrement operator, that is that increment and decrement operator, that we want to increase it, or we want to decrease it. And then the statement of loop execute each time until the second condition is false. Okay. So what is the syntax? What is the syntax? Syntax is for loop, that this is the syntax. Statement 1 and statement 2, we will see later. Let's see the example. Okay. Statement 1 is executed one time before the execution of the code block. This is the statement 1. Int I equals to 0, that we are assigning a value. We are taking a variable. First of all, what kind of loop is this? This is a for loop. So we are need to write that for. After writing, look, in the do while loop, we are creating a block, that is the do block. This from the starting curly braces and the ending curly braces, in between that the places is the block of do. Okay, like that we are creating a block of for. First of all, we have write that for loop for, and we are within the first bracket, we are assigning a value. We are taking a variable int I equals to, that we are the value we are giving that 0. After that, we are giving the condition. What condition? I is less than 5. Again, we are giving the statement 3, that is the increment and decrement, that is I plus plus. That is the syntax of writing the for loop. Okay, this is the syntax. This is the syntax of writing the for loop, for using the for loop. For using the for loop, you need to write the for within the first bracket, and first bracket open close. Then you need to write that you need to take a variable, that is integer variable we have take here, that is I equals to 0, then the semicolon, then I less than 5, we are giving the condition, then we are incrementing that value of I is I plus plus. After that, again, like there is a block of do or do, like in the open curly braces and the ending curly braces, that is the block of for loop. Okay, and within that block, what we are doing, Just we are simply printing the value of I. Try to understand. We are printing the value of I. How it will work? It will work that integer I equals to 0. Okay. When that value of I equals to 0, it will check is that value of I is less than 5. If the condition is become true, then it is saying increase the value plus 1. After increasing the value of 1, value of I plus 1 equal, it is saying that print the value of I. It will execute up to the value of I is become 5, because when the value of I will become 5, that condition that I is less than 5, that condition will become false. Then it will not increase the value, so then it will not print the value of I. Like the do while loop, in the do while loop, it was checking the condition. It is saying, it is before checking the condition, it is saying do pehle karo, first do then check. Okay, but we are in the for loop. What we are saying, if the value of I is less than 5, increase the value of I, then print the value of I. Are you getting the difference between do while and the for loop?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is in the do while loop, first do, then check the condition. But in the for loop, first check the condition, then increase the value of I,
Increment.
then it print the, then it will print the value. Okay, so that like the example we have take, a class is public class. For example is the name of the class, public static void main string args. This is the main method. That's the basic syntax of a Java program, and we have explained that what is the public static void main, because every class have a main method. Every class should have a main method. Okay, so this is the basic syntax, and this is the block. After giving that syntax, that we are within that block, this is the class block, that open curly braces and that ending curly braces. This is the main block. This is the block of that program. Within that block, we are writing that, we are creating that main method, that is the mandatory method, that is the main method, that public static void main. After creating that main method, we are also creating a block, that everything have their separate block. This is the class block, this is the method block. Within that method block, main method block, we are writing that for loop. So for, we are assigning a value int I equals to 1. The value of I is 1. It is checking the condition, is the value of I is less than equals to 10. Less than equals to, what it means? Can anybody tell me what is the meaning of less than equals to? Anyone, because we have learned that less than equals to, what is the less than equals to? Tell me.
The
Equal
value
or
of I equals to 10 or less than 10.
Either less than 10 or
Either
Or
equal 10.
equals to 10.
Okay, it is less than 10 or equal 10. If the value of I is less than 10 or equals to 10, system.out.println I. After printing, it is saying that I plus plus. It is saying that I plus plus. It is saying to increment the value. Everyone try to execute that program and share your screen one by one. Okay, everyone try to, this is the line number 1 to line number 8. Don't only copy, try to understand what you are doing. First of all, that public class, for example, we are creating, that is the mandatory class, that is the identity of the program, that is the, for example, that name, the name of that class, That is a mandatory thing. Again, the mandatory thing is that public static void main string args. That is also a mandatory method. Within that, we are using, we are creating that for loop, and we are assigning the for loop. We are giving the condition, we are checking the condition, then we are incrementing that value, and we are printing the value of I. So first of all, you try to execute it and see the output. Then it will more clear to you. Doing na everyone doing? Hello? Hello everyone? Are you doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, try to do it. Try to do fast.
হয়ে গেছে, sir.
Okay, let me share my screen. Let me stop share my screen, and one by one try to share your screen and show me what is the output. Oh, and make me and tell me what you have done and how the for loop is working. Okay. Okay, I'm stop sharing my screen. Okay, whoever done, please share your screen and show me and explain how the for loop is working.
আমি ক্যামেরা অন করে করি, আমার ডেস্কটপ থেকে করছি তো।
So you can share your screen, na?
হ্যালো,
Yeah, you can share your screen. Okay, you are
স্যার আমি ফোন,
okay, তুমি ফোন থেকে অন হয়েছো আর ওটা প্র্যাকটিসটা ডেস্কটপ থেকে করেছো? হ্যালো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
ওকে, তুমি কি কোনো রকম ভাবে
হ্যালো,
দেখাতে হ্যাঁ, তুমি কি কোনো রকম ভাবে দেখাতে পারবে? হ্যালো?
আমি ক্যামেরা অন করে দেখাতে পারি।
ওকে, দেখাও, নো প্রবলেম।
হ্যাঁ স্যার, হ্যালো।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, দেখাও দেখাও।
স্যার দেখা যাচ্ছে?
Not properly visible. তুমি প্রোগ্রামটা রান করেছো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
ওকে, প্রোগ্রামের আউটপুট কি আছে?
দাঁড়ান স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, ভেরি গুড, ভেরি গুড। তুমি বুঝতে পেরেছো তো? তুমি বোঝাতে পারবে that how the for loop is working? Okay, explain me. Should I share my screen or you will better let me share my screen, okay? And try to explain me how it is working. Okay. ওকে, আমাকে বলো কিভাবে এটা কাজ করছে ফর লুপটা।
আচ্ছা, ফার্স্টে ফর দিচ্ছি, মানে ওটা কিবোর্ড ফর লুপ ইউজ করার জন্য। তো তারপরে ইকুয়াল টু 1 ওটা মানে আই এর ভ্যালু আমি ইনিশিয়ালাইজ করছি। তো তারপরে একটা কন্ডিশন দিচ্ছি যে আই যখন লেস দেন আইদার লেস দেন অর ইকুয়াল টু 10 ততক্ষণ আমার লুপটা চলবে, তারপর বেরিয়ে আসবে। আর তারপর ওটাকে আমি আইটাকে ইনক্রিমেন্ট করছি আই প্লাস প্লাস দিয়ে। তারপরে আমি একটা স্টেটমেন্ট দিচ্ছি, এটা প্রিন্ট করতে হবে। তো ফার্স্টে আমার লুপের মধ্যে ইনিশিয়ালাইজ পার্টে যাবে। তো তারপর ওটা কন্ডিশন চেক করবে, যখন দেখলো কন্ডিশনটা ট্রু হয়েছে তখন সেটা স্টেটমেন্ট পার্টে চলে এলো। এবার স্টেটমেন্ট পার্টে গিয়ে ওটাকে প্রিন্ট করে তারপরে আবার ইনক্রিমেন্ট পার্টে গিয়ে ওটাকে ইনক্রিমেন্ট করে আবার কন্ডিশন পার্টে চলে এলো। তারপর আবার সেম জিনিসটা রিপিট হয়ে যখন কন্ডিশন ফলস হয়ে গেল তখন লুপ থেকে বেরিয়ে এলো।
ওকে ওকে, ভেরি গুড, ভেরি গুড, ঠিক আছে। And others, anyone have done that? Anyone? Hello? Abhishek Kumar, Anjali Kumari, Aruna Sanda.
Yes, sir.
Please try to share your screen and have you completed that program? Have you execute that program and have you get the output?
No, sir. Actually, I have not done because I have informed Alok sir that I am traveling from Pune to Jamshedpur.
Okay, okay.
That's
okay,
why
okay,
I have
okay.
informed Alok sir. Please try to attend the class, and after that, when you will reach,
Okay,
you will
okay,
fill
okay, no
the
problem. No problem, no problem. Please, but whenever you reach your destination, please try to practice that code. Okay. So, any Anjali Kumari, Aruna Sanda, Barishan, Deepesh Maithi, anyone? Hello?
Sir, can I? I'm Rajesh.
Yeah, Rajans, bolo. Rajans, you can share your screen and show me.
Sir, actually, I'm not. I cannot share my screen because I am not at my place. But I can explain the loop what you have
Okay.
explained.
Okay. So for that, should I share my screen or you can explain?
Yes, sir. You,
Okay. Okay. Let me share my
you
screen.
please
Okay.
share your screen.
Okay. Okay. Now tell me.
As per the Java programming, first two syntax are very much important,
Yeah.
and that is mandatory for the
Yes.
program.
Yes.
Okay.
Because Java is case sensitive.
Okay. Now coming back to the code. Yeah, sure. Coming back to the program, as we have explained, that for loop is first having three conditions.
Hmm.
First is initialization, then condition checking, and increment and decrement. Okay. For the first line, it is given for int I equals to 1, I is less than equal to 10, and I plus plus. And after that, in the curly braces, system.out.println. So for the first time, as the program is executing, I value is 1. Okay. And again, the condition will be checked if I is less than equal to 10. The condition is 2, 1 is less than equal to 10. Then uh, then the pointer will come to the next point, system out.print I. It will print the value of I as 1. And again, it will go back to the increment and decrement section, and it will increment I by plus 1.
Hmm.
Now the value of I is 2, and
Okay.
it will again check the condition that I is less than equal to 10. If yes, the condition is 2, 2 is less than equal to 10, and again the system out.println print I, the 2 value will be printed
Okay.
in the next line.
So
And
it will
again,
it will work until the
again the
value
point.
of I is become less than or equals to 10. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else? And Tumpa Nath, have you execute that code? Hello.
Sir,
Have you executed the code? Yes. Yes. Tell me.
sir, I'm getting some error.
What kind of error you are getting? What error you are getting?
नहीं 10 का नोट नहीं
Okay. So let's move forward to the next thing. Or anyone wants to share your screen and show me any kind of error that you are getting, and or you have executed the program and you have get the result that the value of I is printing up to 1 to 10. Anyone
Hello,
wants to?
sir.
Yes.
Sir,
Tell me.
I am sharing screen.
Sir, I'm getting error. Cannot find a class with the main method debugger for Java extension. Source is debugger for Java extension.
Oh, can you share your screen? Let me stop my screen. Okay. Then
Yeah, yes, sir.
can you please share your screen? You are online from mobile. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Whoever have shared.
Sir,
Okay. You are getting the output that is 1. It is printing that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Very good. You understood the concept of for loop?
hello, sir. Is it visible?
Yes, yes, this is visible.
Yes, sir. This is the problem.
Cannot find a class with the main method.
Uh, for loop. Oh, yeah, for L is capital.
Yeah, yes, yes. Keep the L is L, make capital.
Yes,
Make the L
sir.
capital. Source debugger for Java extension cannot find a class with a main method.
Class name is given wrong, sir.
Where? Where?
Class name is given. Class name is given wrong as it is not getting matched with by the public static void main string option.
Where he make the mistake? Where he make this mistake? In that name of that class name. String S should be capital. That public static void means string S should be
Oh,
capital. Mm, Save it, save it.
I saved this.
Okay.
For int I হবে শুধু I দেওয়া আছে ওখানে।
Okay, okay. You haven't give the variable name of that variable int I. Space the একটা
Now is it okay, sir?
try to run it.
Now, sir.
Now it is printing the value of I up to 5 up to the condition is become false. And have you get the concept now? You have get it?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
Actually, sir, তাড়াহুড়োতে ভুল হয়ে গেছে।
ওটা হয়, ওটা কোনো ব্যাপার না, প্র্যাকটিস করতে করতে ঠিক হয়ে যাবে।
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sir, can I stop share?
Yes. Anyone else have done that program and getting any error and have get the output successfully? Anyone else? Okay, let's move forward. Let me share my screen. Okay, so that for loop is complete. Example explained. Another example is that is the same example. So what is the Java for each loop? Look, that directly we are going to that example, that is the Java which is for each loop. We have done that for loop. Now it is the for each loop. That string the name of that variable, and here in that line, particularly that line, we have created an array. Okay, this is an array. We will learn later that today we will learn that what is an array and how to create an array. So just for now you have just know that this is an array. and we want to print the value. This is an array and this is the name of that array, cars, and this is the value. This is the Volvo, BMW, Ford, Mazda. This is the value, and we want to print the value of cars, all the value of cars. So how can I print it? So for that we are taking that for each loop. And what is the syntax of using for each loop? That is, for within the first bracket we are taking another variable, that is string I we are creating, and in that I variable we are storing the value of cars directly, that we are storing the value of cars. And within that block of that for each loop, we are simply printing the system.out.println and I, and it will print the value of I we have stored. And what is the value of I? In that value of I we have stored the value of cars. Now it will print all the value together, Volvo, BMW, Ford, Mazda, like all the whatever the value is of cars is, it will print the same value as I. Understood? And this is the syntax. That same syntax is that for loop that we are using, that for each loop, but it is a for loop. So we are writing that for within that bracket or parenthesis, that we are taking a variable is string variable we are taking, because why we are taking that string? Because with that we have whatever we are taking in the we are writing in the double quotes, it is accept as a, it will accept as a string. So Volvo, BMW, Ford, Mazda, all that thing,
All
all
are
that within the double quotes, that means all are the string. For accepting the string we have to take that string variable. If we take any integer or float, it will not get
print.
the value. Then it will generate error, because the value is in string but we are taking the variable in integer, then it will get the error. So for that we need to take that string variable, and we are naming a variable that is I, and we are storing the value of cars into the I. So in the system.out.println, when we are calling that I variable, it is printing that value of cars.
Cars.
Okay, understood?
A
That
value
is
of
the
cars is Volvo,
Volvo,
BMW, Ford,
BMW,
and Mazda.
Mazda. That's the value of cars and
Cars.
value of I. Okay. So
Okay.
is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the Java break and continue. Remember, we have learned the break keyword, that is in the switch case. Are you remembering that we have learned that break keyword
Yes, a switch
Yes, sir.
statement.
in the
Switch
switch case?
statement.
In the switch statement, that we have learned the break statement, but
Yes.
here it will work like same. In the break statement, how it will work? In that break statement, we have seen that break statement. Okay, in the switch mesh statement, that break statement can also use to jump out of a loop. For example, stop the loop when I is equal to 4. It is saying, for we are taking a loop is for loop, and same the condition that we are taking, that statement 1, statement 2, that is a condition, then the statement 3 is that increment,
Increment,
decrement.
decrement. Okay.
And within the block of that for loop, what we are doing, again we are using that if the value of I is double equals to 4, that means the value of I is double equals to 4. It is
Sir,
saying, yes, tell me.
আমার আউটপুট এসছে, আমার মেশিনটা একটু স্লো তো, তার
Okay.
জন্য স্যার।
কি কোনটার আউটপুট এসছে? ফর লুপের?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
ওকে, কি আউটপুট এসছে? 1 to 10?
না স্যার, হ্যালো ওয়ার্ল্ড 10 বার।
আচ্ছা, হ্যালো ওয়ার্ল্ড 10 বার প্রিন্ট করেছে, বাহ ভালো। তুমি বুঝতে পেরেছো তো, মানে ওটা কি, মানে প্রোগ্রামটার কনসেপ্টটা কি ফর লুপের?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, আমি ওখানে প্যাটার্নও ইউজ করেছি ওখানে আগে।
ওকে, ভেরি গুড, ভেরি গুড, ভেরি গুড। এভাবে এক্সপেরিমেন্ট করতে থাকো, তাহলে ইউ ক্যান প্রোগ্রেস মাচ বেটার। ওকে, বাড়িতে প্র্যাকটিস করো। দেখো আমি তোমাদের কনসেপ্টটা বলে দিচ্ছি, ট্রাই টু ইউজ দ্যাট কনসেপ্ট, ইউ ক্যান গেট সাম।
বলছি
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ স্যার বলুন।
বলছি স্যার,
হ্যাঁ বলো বলো।
বলছি স্যার প্যাটার্নে কিছু প্রবলেম হলে আপনাকে টেক্সট করি, কোনো অসুবিধা আছে?
না না, তুমি আমার টেক্সট করতে পারো, অসুবিধা নেই। ওকে ওকে
কিছু এরর আসছিল আমার প্যাটার্নে।
ওকে ওকে ঠিক আছে, তুমি ওটা আমাকে টেক্সট করো, আমি ওটা দেখে নেব। ওকে
ঠিক আছে।
okay. And that Java break statement, how it is working, but the same that we are initialized a for loop. Within that we are saying if the value of I is double equals to 4, if the value of I is 4, then it is saying break. And uh, and it is saying that system.out.println I. আচ্ছা, কে আনমিউট করে রেখেছো? এস কে সাবির হোসেন, ক্যান ইউ আনমিউট মিউট ইয়োরসেলফ? এস কে সাবির হোসেন, ক্যান ইউ প্লিজ? ইয়েস, ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ। What it is saying, up if the value of I is double equals to 4, then it is saying break and print the value of I up to the value of I is double equals to 4. So it will work like it will print that the value up to, it will print 1 2 3 4 after, but here we are giving the condition that, so for printing that I less than equals to say 10, it should print up to 9, but it will print up to 4. Why? Because we are saying, we are telling to break when the value of I is double equals to 4. Please break the statement and don't print anything else. Try to execute that program, you will understand better. Run this program. Doing, everyone do this program, practice it. Try to create a class, create a main method. Within that, first of all, create a public class, whatever you want to give, you can give the name. Within that block of a class, you can create the main method. Within the main method, create that for loop. Within the block of that for loop, create that if. Within that block of if, give that break statement. And give that system.out.println within the for loop block, not in the if block, not in between the if block. Good look, that system.out.println is within the for loop block. And remember all the time that Java is case sensitive. You are doing now? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
বৈশান, তুমি প্রোগ্রামটা রান করো, তাহলে বুঝতে পারবে হোয়াট ইট ইজ প্রিন্টিং। বেটার তুমি প্রোগ্রামটা রান করো, দেখো কতটা প্রিন্ট করছে, তুমি বুঝতে পারবে প্রোগ্রামটা। তারপরে আমাকে জিজ্ঞাসা করো দ্যাট it is printing from 0 or printing from 1, and why it is printing from 0 or why it is printing from 1. Okay, try to execute that program, everyone, otherwise you will not get it properly. It will take only 3-4 minutes or 5 minutes maximum, so try to execute that and tell me what is the output. Because if you don't execute that program, in the next we will do that the continue statement. if you don't understand the break statement and if you don't see the output of that program, otherwise you will not able to get the what is the difference between the break and the continue, what is the what is the proper funda, that what when we are use break, when we are use that continue.
Sir,
Yes, 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 you have done.
sir, error will come.
Okay,
Error coming.
okay, share your screen and show me what is the error. Okay, share your screen.
Sir, can you? I'm not using any laptop.
So you should use your laptop, otherwise they look why you are facing problem, right? This way I am not getting, I'm not able to see the thing, but because you are getting error, what error you are getting? Sorry, your screen is not properly visible actually.
No, sir.
Java lang error. Show me the program.
Done.
Just a minute. Anjali, you're not screen. Your screen is not visible actually. So not.
Okay, sir.
স্যার আমি কিন্তু আমি ফোন থেকে ইউজ করছি স্যার, আমি দেখাবো যদি দেখাতে হয় তাহলে আমাকে
আচ্ছা,
ফোন
তুমি
থেকে
যারা যারা ফোন থেকে ইউজ করছো ওইভাবে দেখানো মানে মানে প্রবলেম হচ্ছে, তো তোমাদের প্রোগ্রামটা রান করছে কি, আর যদি তোমরা এরর পাও তুমি আমাকে তুমি ওটা চেষ্টা করো, and in the next from the next session try to online from your laptop or desktop, so you can practice when you are whenever you are practicing it you can share your screen and show me. ওকে, দেখো তোমরা ল্যাপটপ থেকে বা ডেস্কটপ থেকে যদি অন হও তাহলে প্রবলেমটা অতটা হবে না।
স্যার আউটপুটটা দেখাবো।
হ্যাঁ, আউটপুটটা দেখাও।
ফোর টাইম হ্যালো প্রিন্ট হয়েছে।
4 টাইম হ্যালো প্রিন্ট হয়েছে বিকজ ওটা বলেছে যে it is saying that when the value of I is became double equals to, it is became the value of I is double equals to 4, break the statement or stop there, don't need to print anything else. So that for that reason it is printing the 4 time, that hello world is printing 4 times. Okay, very good. Okay, you can
Yes,
stop
sir.
share your screen. Okay, so let me share my screen again and continue. Okay, that the continue statement. Okay, that the continue statement, again same program that we are just changing the statement that the previously we are working on the break statement, that now we are doing that continue statement. So how it will work? It will work like same, but in the break, it was breaking when the value of I is became double equals to 4, it is stop executing. So in the continue, it will skip that when the value of I is 4, that 4, it will skip that 4. It will again start printing. It will print 1, 2, 3. Again, it will skip that 4 and it will again print, start printing from 5. Basically, it is saying skip that 4 and again continue. Just instead of that break, try to use that continue. You can see the difference. Sorry, whoever speaking, your voice is not properly audible. Your voice is breaking. Hello. Try to execute that program instead of that break. Just remove that break statement and write that continue. It will continue. It will print. It will only skip that 4. Then rest of the value it will print. Only skip. Only 4 will. The program will skip that value of 4. Try to execute it. And whenever you have done, then just tell me you have done. Continue statement. Have you done? Can we progress to the next? Hello, everyone. Can I go to the next? Hello.
স্যার কন্টেন্ট বলুন।
তুমি কি কন্টিনিউ ব্রেক স্টেটমেন্টের কোডিংটা করেছো? তুমি কি ব্রেক স্টেটমেন্টের কোডটা করেছো? হ্যালো,
স্যার
করেছো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, তো তুমি ইনস্টেড অফ দ্যাট ব্রেক তুমি ওই ব্রেকটা সরিয়ে দিয়ে কন্টিনিউটা লিখে কোডটা রান করো, তারপরে আমাকে জিজ্ঞাসা করো। And don't use that hello world, okay? Don't use that hello world, otherwise তুমি বুঝতে পারবে না যে তুমি মানে অ্যাকচুয়ালি প্রোগ্রামটা কি হচ্ছে। Try to use that integer, that number 1 2 3 4, then you can get it properly. Okay.
ওকে স্যার, ওকে ট্রাই করছি।
Anyone have done this, that continue statement? Anyone have completed? Hello.
Yes sir. হ্যাঁ স্যার।
And what is the output?
স্যার 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 4টা স্কিপ হয়ে গেছে।
Okay, that's the main funda of continue. It is saying continue by skipping that 4, that value of 4, that please skip the 4 and rest of the thing let it continue. In the break, what is the, so basically what is the difference between the break and the continue? Can anybody tell me what is the difference between the break and the continue?
স্যার ব্রেকটা পুরো মানে যেই পজিশনটা থেকে বলে মানে কল করা হয়, সেটা থেকে পুরো ব্রেক করে দেয়, আর
হ্যাঁ
কন্টিনিউ সেই পার্টটাকেই বাদ দেয়।
হ্যাঁ, পার্টটাকে পার্টিকুলার ওই পার্টটাকে বাদ দিয়ে রেস্ট অফ দ্য পার্টটাকে প্রিন্ট করে দিচ্ছে। আর ব্রেকের মধ্যে যখন আপ টু কন্ডিশন ট্রু যেই হয়ে গেল, ওই পার্টটা থেকে টোটালটাকেই বাদ দিয়ে দিল, টোটালটাকেই স্কিপ করে দিল, আর কিছু প্রিন্ট করলো না। ওকে ওকে, break and continue, and that this is the break example. Same, এটা দেখো while loop দিয়ে করেছে। This is the example of a break. You can note that program so you can practice it, or you can take the screenshot. Break example and the continue example, both are the same, just instead of that break try to use that continue. Okay, you
স্যার
can
ব্রেকটা হচ্ছে প্রিন্ট করে ব্রেক করে যাবে, আর কোনো প্রিন্ট হবে না, এটাই তো?
না, ব্রেকটা হচ্ছে যেমন এখানে i equal to 0 while I is less than 10 system dot out dot println I then I plus plus প্রোগ্রামটা বোঝে, কারণ এই সেম প্রোগ্রামটা আমরা আগেও করেছি। আর এখানে বলছে ইফ i ডাবল ইকুয়ালস টু 4, মানে বলছে যখন i এর ভ্যালু 4 পর্যন্ত চলে আসবে, 4 i এর ভ্যালু 4 হবে, 4 এর সমান সমান হবে, তখন বলছে ব্রেক করে দিয়ে। তাহলে কি হবে, ইট উইল প্রিন্ট 0 1 2 3 4 4
স্যার
4
4
যেই
হবে
হলো,
কেন?
4 কেন হবে না, 4 হবে তো, বলছে ইফ ভ্যালুটা আপ টু 4 ডাবল ইকুয়ালস টু বলছে না, 4
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা,
ডাবল ইকুয়ালস টু বলছে না, যে 4 এর সমান যতক্ষণ হবে এটাকে প্রিন্ট করতে বলছে। যেই ভ্যালুটা i এর ভ্যালুটা 4 হয়ে যাবে, ইট ইজ সেইং ব্রেক দ্য স্টেটমেন্ট। নেক্সট আর কিছু প্রিন্ট করার দরকার নেই, জাস্ট প্রিন্ট আপ টু 4। বাট যদি এই ব্রেক স্টেটমেন্টটা যদি আমি না দিতাম, তাহলে কি আউটপুট আসতো, ইফ থেকে এই ধরো ইফ এই ব্রেক এই আপ টু এই পোর্শনটা নেই, তাহলে আউটপুট কি আসতো,
1 to
up
9.
to 9 9
0 to 9,
I equals to up to 9 will
we
print.
up to 9।
10 এর লেস দেন পর্যন্ত হচ্ছে প্রিন্ট হবে।
হ্যাঁ, লেস দেন 9, 10 মানে 10 এর লেস দেন পর্যন্ত প্রিন্ট হবে। বাট এখানে আমরা কি করছি, একটা কন্ডিশন দিচ্ছি, ইফ i ডাবল ইকুয়ালস টু 4 break the statement, don't need to print anything else, print up to the value of I is equals to 4, then break the statement and stop that execution, we don't need anything else। এখানে ব্রেকটা বেসিক্যালি এইভাবে কাজ করছে। and the continue তে কি বলছে,
Sir,
হ্যাঁ
can I show the continuous statement? Share
yes
my,
yes,
can I share?
okay
Okay.
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 Here you have give that if I double equals to 5, then continue, and it is what is the output, that is 0 1 2 3 4, and the 5, it skip that 5, then again continue for 6 7 8
6
9.
7 8 9.
Okay.
Yes.
Everyone understood now? Everyone response, otherwise
yes, sir.
how can I understand
Yes,
that you
sir.
are getting, or okay
Yes, I understand.
okay, you can stop share your screen and let me share my screen. Okay, so you can note down that break statement and the continue statement. You just take the screenshot so you can progress, you can practice it later. Okay, if need. So now the part is that Java arrays. Look, that same example, string cars, Volvo, BMW, Ford, Mazda, and another value is integer 10 20 30 40. And what is an array? Array is basically that is like a variable, like you can accept this as a variable if string is the name of that variable, and cars is the name of the variable name basically. But in terms of variable, can I assign multiple value at a time? Can I assign multiple values against a one variable? Is it possible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
How is this possible? How can I assign multiple values against a one variable at a time? We can,
Array is
by
Using
using
array.
the array, by using that array, we can use
We can
that
store same type of
same type of
uh,
values, more
variable.
than one.
Yeah.
Okay, and in array,
Yes, sir.
basically you need to know the number of index number. What is the index number? If someone is asking you that how many fingers in your hand, in your one hand, so what will be the answer?
5.
5, because we are counting, start counting the value, that start counting the finger is 1 2 3 4 5. But in terms of arrays, we will not start from 1, we will start from 0. In terms of array, if someone is asking how many fingers in your hand, in your one hand, then what will be the answer? If you start from 0
0,
4
1, 2, 3.
0 to 4.
0 to 4, because we are started counting from 0,
From
because
0.
0 1 2 3 and 4. And the 5, if that the answer of you, the answer that how many fingers in your in your hand, that is the 5, that is the 5 is the length of that array. That is the what if someone is asking that what is the length of your array, then it will be the 5. Length of array is 5, but the number of
Yes.
index is 4. Like the here, Volvo, BMW, Ford, Mazda. What if someone is asking what is the length of that array?
4.
So 4.
4. That length of
Four,
that array
sir.
is 4. But what is the index number of Ford?
It's 0 to 3, sir.
No,
0
what
1
is
2.
the
2 sir.
2? 2 is the index number
4.
of Ford. What is the index
Because
number of
we
Mazda?
are counting from 0.
Because in the
Mazda
0,
is
yes, because the Volvo, that value, that is
Volvo 0. Value
in
of
the index
Volvo is
number of
0
0,
and BMW 1.
1,
Yes.
and the Ford is in the 2, and Mazda is
2
in the
and
3.
3.
Number of index number 3. What is the value of index number 3? It will print the Mazda. Like
Mazda.
that, same 10 20 30 40. The length of that array is 4, but the array index number of array, how many index is in that array, is 3. 0 1 2 3.
0
if
to 3.
if someone is asking what is the value of index number 2, in integer
It's
minum,
30.
what
30.
30 is the value of
Index
index
number
number
2.
2. Okay, get it now? This is
Yes.
how, this is the
Yes.
syntax, this is the syntax for assigning an array. For need to take a variable, type of variable, need to give a variable name. But when we are taking a variable and assigning a variable name, in between that we are not using that third bracket. Okay, that the box, that open third bracket and the closing third bracket. But in the
It's an
array, this
array.
is the, because this is an array and this is the syntax, we need to take a variable, the type of variable, then you need to give that brackets, then name of that array equals to, within the curly braces we need to give all that values that we want to assign. That is the syntax of assigning an array. So access the elements of an array. You access an array element by referring to the index number. Previously I have told you that you can access the value by calling the index number. If someone is asking that system.out.println, and it is saying basically cars, and the giving that
0.
index number.
Index
0 is
number.
basically what it is. 0 is
Index
the
number.
index number, and the output will be Volvo.
Volvo.
Getting na, everyone getting na array?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and this is the, for calling an array and giving that index number, you need to call that name of that array, write that name of that array, then within the third bracket you need to mention that particular index number, that value you want to get, then it will give you the output as per your index number. And again, that array index start with 0, that I have told you. Okay, change an array element. Look, Basically, we are taking we have created an array, give some value. And what is the value of cars 0?
Volvo.
Volvo. But we want to override the value. We want to update the value. For that reason, we can do one thing. Cars index number equals to what value we want to change, the new value we need to give, that is that
OPE1.
OPE1. Okay, that I want to update from Volvo to OPE1, and we are just printing the system.out.println car index number 0, so that the output will be, then what is the output will be, what will be the output?
OPE
OPE1 instead
One.
of Volvo.
Volvo.
And if we write here, instead of that index number, we want to print the whole value of cars, system.out.println cars, then it will print
OPE1 BMW Ford Mazda.
that's the thing. Okay, you get it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Array length, I have told you that array length, what is the length of that cars array is length of that array. It will
4.
when you are here, when anyone is asking what is the length of that array, start counting from 1, 1 2 3 4. If someone is asking how many index in your array, then
0 to 3.
start counting from 0.
0.
Okay, don't confuse in between that length and the index number. In the length, when someone is asking the length, start counting from 1. If
1.
someone is asking asking your index number, that how many index in your array, start counting from 0. Get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So arrays loop, arrays loop, arrays loop. You can loop through, you can array elements with the for loop and use the length property to specify how many times the loop should run. And what is the length property? What is the length property? Length property we have learned, we have told you that, I have told you that is the length of your array. Length property is basically the length of your array. And what is the length of that cars? Again, I'm asking. What is the length of that car?
4. 4.
Huh?
4.
4. 4 is 4. 4 is the length of that car. So what actually I am doing? We have created an array. Okay. Can you please unmute? Rajans, please unmute. Okay. Sorry, mute. And string, we have created an array. Okay, and we are creating a loop for int I equals to 0 and I less than. Look, this is the new thing that we are doing. In the previous one, in the for example, in that previous for example, what we are what is the condition is I is less than 5 or I less than 10 or I less than equals to 5, like that we are giving. But we are giving that car dot length property.
Car dot length is 4.
Car dot length property, that means we are accepting the length of that cars.
Cars.
We are accepting that length of that cars. So we are basically saying int I equals to 0 and the condition is the value of I is less than cars length. That means what is the length of that
4.
cars? 4.
4.
Is the value of I is less than 4 because we want to print the value of cars. We want to print the value of cars, but we will print the value of cars, but this is an array and it will print as per the index number. Because it is printing, it will print the array as per the index number. It is saying for int I equals to 0, just because we are starting the counting the array from 0, for that reason we have to assign the value. When we want to print the value of an array, then we always use from 0. That we need to initialize the value of I equals to 0, and we are checking the condition, is the value of I is less than cast dot length, and the value of the cast dot length is 4. So basically it is checking that value of I is less than 4. If the value of I is less than 4, if the condition is true, then print system dot out dot println, and the cars and the I is basically the value, that the value of I is basically, we are accepting the value of I as the index number of that array. When it will the value of I, the index number, it is saying basically in that I part we are basically assigning the index number, that we want to print the index number 0, or we want to print the index number 1, or we want to print the index number 2, like that. So basically if we write the value of I, and the value of I is what we have assigned, the
Volvo
value of I is 0,
0.
it will increase, it will check the condition, and we have assigned that increment and the decrement operator. It will check the condition and it will print the value of I index number. The I became the index number of that cars. After printing the cars and the index number, then it will increase by 1. Again it will check the condition, then again whatever the value became I, it will check the, is the value of I is less than card length is less than 4. If it is, then the value of I is became the index number of that cars. Then it will print the whatever the index number. Suppose that value of I is became 2. So it became the, what is the index in the index number 2? What is the value of cars is
Ford.
4. It will print the 4. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Others? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If anyone is not getting that, please tell me, I will explain it again. Hello, others, please respond, otherwise I will look. You are, if you are not getting, if you are not giving response, that means you are getting the thing, otherwise you are not getting the thing. Hello,
Yes, sir.
everyone please respond.
Yes,
You
sir.
you all are
Yes,
getting
sir.
na?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
okay, try to do that program, execute that program. Yes. Execute that program, create a class, create a main method, and then within the main method create that array, and that for within that that for loop, and that's print it. Try to execute that program. Not take too much time please, because it is already 1:38, so please don't take too much time. Have anyone completed that program? Hello, anyone have completed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, getting the output, and what is the output?
স্যার স্ট্রিং এর মধ্যে যা দিয়েছিলাম ওইগুলো এসছে output এ।
হ্যাঁ, ভলভো বিএমডব্লিউ ফোর্ড ম্যাচটা বুঝতে পেরেছো এটা কিভাবে কাজ করছে? বেসিক্যালি ফর লুপটা আমরা ব্যবহার
হ্যাঁ,
করছি
বুঝতে পেরেছি।
ফর একসেপ্টিং দা ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার অফ কার্স। ওকে, বিকজ আমরা
Yes, sir.
as per the index number, by calling the number of by calling the index number we can print the value of cars. So basically আমাদেরকে ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বারটাকে বুঝতে হবে, তার কারণে আমরা ফর লুপটাকে ব্যবহার করছি। ফর লুপটাকে আমরা 0 থেকে ইনিশিয়ালাইজ করছি বিকজ কারে আমরা অ্যারে স্টার্টিং ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার কাউন্টিং স্টার্ট করি আমরা 0 থেকে, সেই কারণে আমরা 0 ইনিশিয়ালাইজ করেছি। তো বেসিক্যালি আমাদেরকে ফর লুপটা বেসিক্যালি আমরা নিচ্ছি কারণ যাতে আমরা কার্সের ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বারটাকে তুলতে পারি। তারপরে ফর লুপটাকে আমরা কন্ডিশন দিচ্ছি আপ টু দা কার্স ডট লেন্থ, মানে হচ্ছে কারের লেন্থটা যেটা হচ্ছে 4 এর থেকে ছোট হতে হবে, কারণ আমরা ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার নিচ্ছি কি 0 থেকে, তাই 0 to 3 হচ্ছে, যেটা 3 হচ্ছে 4 এর থেকে ছোট। সেই কারণে আমরা অ্যারে লেন্থটাকে দিয়ে আমরা অ্যারে ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বারটাকে তুলছি। বুঝতে পেরেছো? অ্যারে লেন্থটাকে দিয়ে আমরা অ্যারের ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বারটাকে আইডেন্টিফাই করছি বাই গিভিং দ্যাট কন্ডিশন যে আই এর ভ্যালু সেটা যতক্ষণ অ্যারে লেন্থের থেকে ছোট হবে ইট উইল প্রিন্ট, মানে সেটাই হবে শেষ পর্যন্ত। আই এর ভ্যালু যতক্ষণ ছোট হবে সেটা আপ টু কারের ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার হিসাবে কাজ করবে। যখন সেটা কারের লেন্থের সঙ্গে বেরিয়ে গেল, মানে ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার তো বেশি হয়ে গেল, তখন তো অটোমেটিক্যালি প্রোগ্রামটা ফলস হয়ে গেল, এক্সিকিউশনটা ফলস হয়ে গেল। ওকে, তো আদার্স আদার্স বুঝতে পেরেছো তো নাকি হ্যাঁ করে
Yes,
যাচ্ছ?
sir. Yes, sir.
ওকে ওকে ওকে। and for লুপের সঙ্গে ফর ইচ লুপ বেসিক্যালি আমরা এই প্রোগ্রামটা সেম ফর ইচ লুপেতেও আমরা দেখেছিলাম, তখন আমি বলেছিলাম যে ওটা এটা দিস ইজ অ্যান অ্যারে, অ্যান্ড আমরা আগের বারে কি করছিলাম পার্টিকুলারলি ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বারের এগেনস্টে আমরা প্রিন্ট করছিলাম। সাপোজ আমরা আই এর জায়গায় যদি ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বারটা পার্টিকুলারলি লিখে দিই তাহলে কি হবে, পার্টিকুলার এখানে আমরা বেসিক্যালি প্রত্যেকটাই প্রিন্ট করছি অ্যাজ পার দ্য ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার। বাট আমি যদি চাই পার্টিকুলার একটা ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বারের এগেনস্টে আমি পার্টিকুলার একটা ভ্যালু অ্যারেতে তো মাল্টিপল ভ্যালুজ রয়েছে, উই ওয়ান্ট টু পিক আপ অনলি আ পার্টিকুলার ভ্যালু in that time we will only print we will give the the number index number. But in that for each loop we don't need to mention any index number because for each loop basically used for arrays for printing the whole values. Here we don't need any kind of that the increment decrement operator, we don't need to increment by 1 or we don't need any condition. Basically just for each loop is basically is printing the whole value of that array that we are taking that for loop, and this is the syntax. We have take that variable that is I, and within that I we are storing the value of cars, and basically when we are storing the value of cars into I, so if we call that I then it will print the value of cars. That example we have learned previously. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Java multi-dimensional arrays. What is the multi-dimensional array? Look, basically in the previous one we are creating that array integer, my numbers and 1 2 3 4 we are creating. But here we will use that two string, that two integer we are taking, 1 2 3 4 and the 5 6 7. That basic, this is the multi-dimensional array. This is for the row and this is for the column. Okay, that to access the elements of that mynum array, specify two index, one for the array and one for the element inside that array. For example, access the third element in that second array of mynum. কি বলছে যে ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার 1 এ সেকেন্ড ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার মানে 1 এক নাম্বার রো এর সেকেন্ড ইন্ডেক্সে কি রয়েছে, কি হবে ভ্যালু? হ্যালো,
স্যার আরেকবার বলুন, একটু আরেকবার বলুন।
1 মিনিট একটু ওয়েট করো, দাঁড়াও। So basically here we are creating a multi-dimensional array. One is for the rows. In the Excel sheet, have you seen the Excel sheet? There is a multiple rows and the multiple column. Okay, so basically we are printing that this is for the rows and this is for the column or the index number. Okay, we are creating an array, integer array, multi-dimensional array, and naming that my numbers and assigning a value. In the multi-dimensional array, when you are creating two boxes, that means we need to use assign two values, one for the rows, one for the columns. So in again we are taking a variable integer x, and within that we are storing the value of my numbers, and we want to print in the line number 1 or the row number 1 index number 2. In the row number 1 index number 2, what is the value in the row number 1? Suppose here is 1 2 3 4, that is the row. In the number 1 rows it is storing that 5 6 7, and the index number 2, it will accept the index number 2. From the index number, whatever the value in the index number 2, it is telling to print. So in the number 1 rows, index number 2, that means 0 is in the 0 index, the value is 5. In the 1 index, the value is 6, and the second index, that is that we are calling that the second index number 2, that is the value is 7, and we are basically printing that. Basically we are mentioning that what value we want to print. We are not printing the whole value. We are basically printing that we want to print any particular value we are printing. So in that x we are storing the value of my numbers, and we are and I'm telling that what value to print in the row number 1, that the 1 number row, in the index number 2, what is the value?
7.
That is the value is 7, that index number 2, because in that array we will start the index number from 0. In the 0 position there is 5, in the 1 position there is 6, in the second position there is 7, and we are telling to print the value of index number 2. So it will print the value of index number 2 is 7. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Others?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is another example taking the for loop. In that example, we are saying that public class main, we have created a main class, this is not the main class, that is name of that class is main, and we have created a method, that's the basic syntax. Within that we are creating an multi-dimensional array, integer my number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and we are creating a loop. Look, till now we are creating only one loop, but we have created another loop that is called the nested loop under loop. That is basically loop under, within that loop there is another loop that is called nested loop. Okay, look, this is the for, you are creating a for loop. For int I equals to 0, I less than my numbers dot length plus I. Look, in that condition, not I plus I. First it is saying increase the I, increase plus I, first increase, and within that for block we are creating another, within that for block we are creating another for loop, and the second for loop, within that second for loop block we are printing that I and j. Basically we have take two for loop, we have take two for loop. I is basically for that rows 1 2 3 4, for that rows, and j is basically for 5 6 7, for the columns or the index number. Okay, hello.
Yes, sir. Sir, আমার কাছে example আছে।
হ্যাঁ, so it will print the value of I as per the index number, whatever in that index number it will, for this is for I is for that rows and j for that index number for the columns. Try to execute that program, and if you are not getting that program then tell me, I will explain it again.
স্যার আমি প্যাটার্ন দিয়ে করেছিলাম মানে ফর নেস্টেড ফর লুপ তো সেটা
হ্যাঁ,
দেখাবো
নেস্টেড
স্যার?
ফর লুপ, হ্যাঁ এই প্রোগ্রামটা করো,
আচ্ছা স্যার।
এই প্রোগ্রামটা করো।
স্যার বলছিলাম মাই লেন্থটা এখানে বুঝতে পারলাম না, মাই লেন্থটা দেওয়ার কারণ।
মাই নাম্বারস ডট লেন্থ, হোয়াট ইজ দ্য লেন্থ? তোমাকে আগে কার্স ডট লেন্থ ইউজ করেছিলাম কেন? কারণ অ্যারের লেন্থটাকে, অ্যারের লেন্থের থেকে অ্যারের ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বারটা তো ছোট হয়, কারণ অ্যারের লেন্থটাকে আমরা 1 থেকে ক্যালকুলেট স্টার্ট করি, কিন্তু ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার তো আমরা 0 থেকে ক্যালকুলেট করি। তো সেই কারণে যদি আমরা অ্যারে লেন্থ, যদি আমরা ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার যদি বের করতে চাই তাহলে সেটাকে আমায় কি করতে হবে? কারণ অ্যারের লেন্থ হচ্ছে 5 কিন্তু ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার চলে যাচ্ছে 4, দ্যাট মিনস হোয়াট, 5 ইজ লেস দেন 4, sorry 4 is less than 5, 4 is less than 5, that means, and 4 is the last index number of that array, and the 5 is the last length of that array. সো আমরা লাস্ট ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বারটা ক্যালকুলেট করার জন্য আমরা বেসিক্যালি ওই অ্যারের লেন্থের থেকে ছোট হতে হবে। যদি সাপোজ কোনো অ্যারের লেন্থ যদি 10 হয় তাহলে তার ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার কত হবে? লাস্ট লেন্থ নাম্বার যদি 10 হয় তাহলে লাস্ট ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার কত হবে? 9। তাহলে কি হচ্ছে, অল টাইম সব সময় অ্যারের লেন্থটা ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বারের থেকে ছোট হবে, কারণ অ্যারের লেন্থ কাউন্টিং শুরু হয় 1 থেকে, আর অ্যারের ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার কাউন্টিং শুরু হয় 0 থেকে। তো সেই জায়গা থেকে আমরা যদি অ্যারের ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বারটাকে বের করতে চাই, বেসিক্যালি আমাদের কি করতে হবে? অ্যারের লেন্থের থেকে 1 ছোট হতে হবে। তাহলে আমার কন্ডিশন যদি আমি এটা দিই যে অ্যারের ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার বের করার জন্য কন্ডিশন আমরা এটা দিতেই পারি যে লেস দেন অ্যারে লেন্থ, মানে লেস দেন 10 হুইচ ইজ অনলি 9। এটা বেসিক্যালি আমি দিতে পারি অ্যারের লেন্থটা, জাস্ট আ মিনিট। So basically আমরা যদি অ্যারের ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার বের করতে চাই, তো বেসিক্যালি we can give the condition that the index number basic, because ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার হচ্ছে অ্যারের ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার অ্যারের লেন্থের থেকে সবসময় ছোট হয় এক, বিকজ অ্যারের লেন্থ যদি লাস্ট লেন্থ যদি 10 হয়, দ্যাট টাইম ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বার হবে 9, দ্যাট মিনস অল দ্য টাইম অ্যারের লেন্থ ইন্ডেক্স নাম্বারের থেকে বড় হয়। So we can give that condition that I less than my num dot length, my numbers dot length, basically কি বলছে my numbers এর length এর থেকে I এর ভ্যালু ছোট হবে, up to that give that and give that condition. বুঝতে পেরেছো?
Yes, sir. Yes.
আচ্ছা সুভাষ,
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
সুনীত স্যার here.
Yes, yes স্যার, বলুন।
The thing is that I have just come to disturb you because I forgot, I was there in another meeting.
Okay.
Okay. Acha, I in chat I am giving the attendance sheet of IHRM first of all.
Okay.
Okay. IHRM candidates request you to fill up this one.
Okay, sir.
Just a minute. This first link is for the attendance sheet of IHRM. So the next one I'm giving for Orcogen. So all are present today.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Orcogen, IHRM,
Yes, sir.
liking the class.
Yes, sir.
How is our Subhas doing? Hello team, how is our Subhas doing?
Great, sir.
Great.
Well, sir.
Acha, now you must have seen that videos are also going in.
Yes, sir.
Today the upload has started. Acha, this is for Orcogen. Please fill it up. 1 minute episode. Once it is over, just tell me. After that, I will leave. Who was very sorry.
No sir, I have already I'm also finished for today sir. This was the last topic, and let them
Oh, this
practice
was the
that.
last topic. Acha,
Yes.
after this, you give a call to Alok sir. Okay.
Okay, okay sir, okay sir, I will give a call to Alok sir.
Date कितना रहेगी? 13 तारीख ना?
So can I move out then?
Okay, okay sir.
Acha, don't miss out the attendance sheet, right? That is very important for the college.
And everyone
Subhas,
please,
after this, you send it to.
yes, after that I will send you the recording, and I will upload it in the Google Drive, and I will share the link to you.
With the
Done.
with the contents.
With the content I will send you the link. Okay sir.
The way you are sending me. Okay.
Okay, 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 okay.
Drive one is already uploaded, so you can delete it if you want. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Subhas. Thank you.
Okay, thank you sir.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. And everyone please give the attendance, take the attendance sheet, give the attendance, and try to practice that code. You can practice it now, or you can take the screenshot, or you can note it down and you can practice it, because it's already 2, so time is up.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Hello?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ বলো বলো।
Sir.
হ্যাঁ, yes.
Sir, we putting plus plus. It will be increment or decrement, sir.
Sir,
Plus
I've
is for
got
increment.
output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 only. 6, 7 only.
You get the output on only
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because you are printing all the rows that 1, 2, 3, 4 and the J which is 5, 6, 7.
Okay, okay. Can I share, sir?
Yes, you can share. Let me stop share my screen.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so team, we are ending the session here. Okay, give the attendance. Everyone, have you give the attendance?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so let me stop the recording.